Alright, hello and welcome everybody to CEVO Season 3. These are the placement matches to see if you make it into CEVO main for Season 3. Got a game here, a best of 3 between A Song of Wards and Feeding, previously at Killmatic in Season 2, going up against NESTEA. Lacking their 5th, as you might notice, caught in traffic, so we're going to do the draft first, and then we'll have a quick remake into AP. He should be around then, so let's get into it. I'm Helium from FMBP Dota, and the bans are starting here. So first ban out Nature's Prophet by Songs of Wars and Feeding. We'll call them Feed, because that's a bit of a mouthful. They take out the Nature's Prophet and the OD, so worried about, I guess, the greedy potential, quality offlaner, split pushing into the late game from the Nature's Prophet, and then just the lane dominance and team fight that OD will bring into the game. NESTEA, pretty standard ban. Pretty much have to do it if you don't have the first pick. They're going to take out the Bat Rider, so we won't be seeing any mid Bat Riders or jungle bats. Those 8-minute blinks, punishing poor positioning, and the likes. Pretty standard ban out, so no surprises there. As we look to see what their second ban will be, again, not very surprising, at least from what I've been seeing these last couple days. They take out the Abaddon second. Teams that haven't figured out how to play it, to utilize it, and don't want to play against it, just opting to take it out. So they take it out their second, quickly coming up. Very, very strong support connection in the Naga Siren and the Visage from NESTEA. So look for them to take that aggressive against perhaps a Weaver tri-lane, but right now a Darkseer first pick here on the side of Feed, as well as followed up by a Weaver. So it is a great carry. Naga, one of the heroes that's a little better at shutting down the Weaver. That net can cause a bit of issue. Normally you want to take out the Naga, the Bane, and the Alchemist if you're going to go for that Weaver, because those permanent stuns or long duration stuns really do hurt the Weaver, especially the Fiend's Grip. So we'll see how Weaver could get things done this game. Maybe get some free farm into a fast Linken's. We'll see what happens there. But looking like two strong picks on both sides for the most part right now. Maybe a slight edge off of these two picks just to the Naga Visage connection, as it is very strong. But we'll have to wait and see how the lanes do form up. As more bans come out, it will be the Nakes, which you might say, hey, Weaver beats Nakes in that tri-lane. But Nakes would be very, very strong into the later game and does outcarry the Weaver eventually. Also paired up with the Visage and Naga, a little too strong, and also taking out the Alchemist, Concoction, another great stun, and a hero that obviously is valued highly in today's metagame, can really flash farm up and be quite dangerous. So Alchemist being taken out. Over to NESTEA though, on the Radiant, they take out the Gyrocopter, so wanting to go aggressive definitely with this lineup, and always hard to aggressive into a Gyro. Not that it would have been maybe that likely to be picked up. I guess you could run Weaver offlane Gyro into that top defensive lane. But with the great hero, the Darkseer, he fills that offlane role so well, it seems unlikely that Weaver would be there. But either way, a pretty safe ban, I think. Could go mid, even though Gyrocopter doesn't find himself there as often. But, you know, they don't want to play against it, they're going to take it out. And let's see what they're going to take out next. Alright, they're going to take out the Nyx, so a quality support. No supports yet picked up for A Song of Wards and Feeding. Who actually kind of got lucky here. NESTEA revealed both of their supports, so there will be no Rubik on the field. That's great. Unless they want to take it mid or something, but maybe Troll Warlord going to be filling that mid role. Could be the carry in the aggressive tri-lane, but back to the Rubik pickup, which they obviously won't be getting here with their lineup, but it does really well against Weaver. Gives you that Saguchi, makes Rubik that much harder to kill, and forces the team to buy dust to then kill a Rubik. So I don't know, fills a lot of roles. It's not the #1 counter to Weaver. Well, maybe not a counter isn't the right word, but it is a great pickup versus Weaver, which they won't be getting here. We'll see if Feed wants to go for it. No, they're going to pick up the Razor. Maybe, well, they took out the OD, so just valuing the Razor, maybe against that Troll Warlord. We'll see how that works out. Troll Warlord, I mean, he does hit pretty hard in his Q. I don't even know what that's called. His Berserker's Rage pretty early on, but it's really pretty much his ult that just benefits everyone on the team, so I'm not sure how great Razor will be at shutting that down, but we'll just have to wait and see. Also, going to have to wait and see how this Troll Warlord is even going to be played. Can see him in the mid lane a lot, can see him in the top aggressive tri-lane, and then he can even roam out of that to give the support some farm and gank. He's a pretty versatile hero, and then of course if you ever do wipe the enemy team with that ultimate, you can easily take down structures, push some towers, push a Rax, So we'll see how they utilize that, as now it's their turn to pick. Their 4th pick here after seeing the Razor revealed. It looks like they're going to go with the Elder Titan. And I've got to say, I'm liking NESTEA's lineup right now. Mainly just because there's some new heroes recently added to Captain's Mode. Generally gets people's attention. Likely run in Elder Titan in the off lane. It is quite strong. Maybe 1v1 versus Darkseer. Not sure how well that would work. But I'm thinking it would work pretty well. You drop the Astral Spirit on the creep wave, bring it back, get that last hit bonus. And then you can easily last it under the tower if Darkseer creep skips you, because they will be going aggressive, likely finding an Elder Titan Darkseer matchup if they put him in the safe lane. We'll see. Could go mid as well on that hero. I don't know. A little bit of ambiguity right now in NESTEA's lineup. I kind of want to see the Darkseer ET matchup. I think Darkseer provides maybe he's a little more stable in that role, getting a quick mech, always able to get ults off. Elder Titan, if you can play him well, I don't know, he is quite good with those sleeps into the ultimates. What is that called as well? The Earth Splitters. They can do work. We'll see if he picks up a mech. Elder Titan does sort of have mana problems, so getting a Soul Ring and or mana boots is going to be pretty necessary, and then maybe a mech, but we'll see what goes on. Visage likely to be the mech holder though in this game, as after seeing these maybe a little bit stranger picks, the Troll Warlord and the Elder Titan, a Song of Wards and Feeding now looking to pick up their 4th pick here. They will need to be supports, definitely what they're lacking right now. I feel like Rubick is always pretty good, a little defensive there with the Weaver. However, Visage is on the map right now and can just blow people up, so
team ban.
Rubick couldn't really stop that. Nyx would have been a good pick because you can throw out the spiked Carapace, but obviously being banned out for that reason. They're going to go with the Jakiro, so Jakiro picked up here as the 4th, probably the 4th role as well. We'll see if he plays the 4th or the 5. And a defensive trialing there. Wings versus Wings, Jakiro versus Visage. Now coming into the 5th round of bans. There goes the Rubick taken out, which probably would have been a pretty solid pick for feed there on the Dire. Their turn to ban out. It looks like it's going to be, I don't know what it's going to be, to be honest. I mean, they've got quite a few choices to ban out here. Either a mid or a carry or an offlaner. Troll and Elder Titan can kind of rotate into all 3 of those roles. Well, Elder Titan doesn't really carry, but Troll Warlord can do that carry or that mid role. Elder Titan could do mid or that safe lane. So we'll see what they decide to do. And as for the ban, I don't know. Just take out a good offlaner or a good mid. Clockwork, Puck, Quap. Not going to matter too much. I don't think you can really foresee what NESTEA is going to go for here. They do have the double sleep though, which I guess I didn't really think about. It's going to be pretty strong here. So banning out a carry, so they are maybe doubting that NESTEA has their carry at the moment. So we'll see what they pick up here as their 5th pick. But the 2 sleeps from Elder Titan and Naga Siren will be either to able start the fights off on their terms with their positioning, positional advantage, and then of course able to escape. The Naga Siren may be a little better for escaping, but if you are good at Elder Titan, the Echo Stomp is quite good at getting 5-man stomps for 2 or 3 seconds early in the game. Will get you out of there. But now they're going to pick up their 5th pick. And let's see if the ban was spot on. They took out AM as a strong farmer. I don't know if they would have picked Anti-Mage, because it looks like they want to go aggressive with the Naga and Visage. I suppose they could stay defensive and just roam those heroes around the map pretty easily. But I'm expecting Troll to roam a little more, maybe in Visage or Naga here, to probably the Naga to even just push out lanes, maybe farm up a Diffusal or a Halberd this game, if all goes well. But now 30 seconds left on the clock for them to pick up their last pick. And just to reiterate, this is CEVO Season 3. The placement matches. If you do well in this, you will be in the CEVO Season 3 main. Otherwise, you'll just be able to sign up for Open once that registration opens in a couple of days. So if you're seeing this and think you missed out on Season 3 action, that is not the case. The normal registration for Open has not started yet. This is just to get into main, as they do pick up a Windrunner, so it looks to be another offlane or farming Windrunner, possibly an Ancient's Windrunner. We'll just have to wait and see as we go into the game. And also, another thing to reiterate, we will be remaking this. This is just the draft, as you can see here. So NESTEA lacking their 5th, so we'll quickly remake into an all-pick game right after this. He should be back by now. But before then, still needing one more hero, a Song of Wards and Feeding. Who's it going to be? It needs to be a support. The Rubik was taken out. There are a few other good supports left. I mean, maybe a Disruptor can at least disrupt them a little bit, but I don't know if he can match the disruption of Elder Titan and Naga Siren with their sleeps. Lion as well, but we'll see what they go for here. Most of the good supports already scooped up. Jakiro, Visage, Naga, as well as being taken out. We've got Nyx Assassin, Abaddon, and Rubik. So that's about all the tier 1 supports right there. Abaddon, maybe not quite, so depending on how you feel about him. But they go for the utility Doom, it looks like it will be here, as we will be remaking, I guess, after everyone picks their heroes. So interesting to see the Doom pick. We'll see how it works out. I guess maybe just trying to silence up the Naga or the Titan so they can't get off their combos once the game starts. So I can see the reason for it, but he's a hero I will be honest, I don't like. But that's just my opinion, so we'll see what they can get done with it as we hop into the remake. Should just be a couple more seconds here. Also, I believe some friends of the teams are probably watching, so shout out to you guys if you're watching the stream right now. Maybe say something in chat, let me know you're watching. I'll try to respond to it. We are on a 2-minute delay, so don't expect me to get to it right away, but always like to hear from people. As someone requested a minute on the side of a Song of Wards and Feeding, so maybe a little bit of a delay heading into the main game here. And this is a best of 3. The way the season 3 placements are working is it's a group stage, which has the groups haven't really been announced yet, even though the games are rolling tonight, as you might have noticed. But the group announcements are coming soon, and then after the group stage, the top couple teams in the groups, don't have all the details, will be taken into a sort of playoff bracket situation, and then the further you get into the bracket will be a qualifying mark, and that's how you'll get in. I think the top 16, but I'm just spitballing here, will be making it into Season 3 main, as now Feed requesting 2 more minutes, so a little bit of a delay. I see how many new teams are in CEVO compared to last year. Well, Season 1, I want to say maybe like 40 or 50 teams were pretty active, and then Season 2 we had like 180 teams sign up, and then maybe about 80 of those stayed pretty active. I don't have the exact numbers, but maybe I can post those somewhere. Either way, it is growing. Looking to make Season 3 even better with open and main division. But either way, these are just the placement matches for main. If you haven't already signed up for CEVO and want to, that registration for CEVO Season 3 Open will be starting pretty soon, I believe. If not this week, maybe next week. So make sure to look out for that. And it looks like we're getting the ready signal, so games should be starting relatively soon now. There it is, getting into the game now. Sorry for the delays, but always out of my control, so... I guess this overlay is technically better, as we can see the heroes being picked up here by both teams, so a couple more seconds, get into the game, and it should be a pretty interesting game. I'm excited to see if they can chain together these sleeps here by the Naga and the Elder Titan to make any big plays, as well as how Troll will function as a carry role, because although he's annoying in pubs, he tends to lose in the professional scene or the captain's mode scene, so we'll see how Troll fares in this game. I'm expecting Naga Siren and Visage here to have a rather big impact. And meanwhile, on Feed's side, I'm assuming Razor's going mid, so we'll see how that works out. Doom into the jungle, maybe? Weaver off lane? No, that's not going to be right. It's going to be Weaver, Jakiro top, Doom probably jungling, and then Darkseer into the off lane. So maybe a slightly greedy lineup here from Feed. If the aggression comes from NESTEA, I guess we'll just have to wait and see if they can actually withhold and get into the late game here with their Weaver, Razor, and Doom sort of tri-core, really, but Doom going to be playing probably a more utility role this game. But either way, let's get into the introductions. Song of Warding and Feeding. A Song of Wards and Feeding, I believe, is actually the correct name. Either way, they're on the Dire right now, so introducing some of their players. We've got Dan2. He's going offlane on the Darkseer with the Stout Shield and some regen, so looking for some creep skipping there, as it will be 1v1, it looks like, versus a Windrunner. Solar Clip's going to be handling the mid lane here on the Razor. Fast bottle build with the healing salve. Heading into the top defensive tri-lane, we've got Dead Hatchie. We'll just call him Dead. So we've got Dead playing the Weaver, pretty standard defensive build. For the Weaver in that role. Doom heading into the jungle, it looks like. Stout Shield, Ring of Protection, Healing Salve. We'll see how efficient he could jungle with that. A lot of times you can see people to start with Bottle and or probably the Hatchet and the why am I losing my thoughts? The Stout Shield, but we'll see how that works out. Meanwhile, Milty supporting behind the Weaver here in the top defensive lane on a Jakiro, Wards, Tango's Clarity as well. And that takes over for the side of Feed. Over to the Radiant, I suppose. We'll just keep introducing through the pause. It looks like the Elder Titan will be heading into the mid lane right now. Pulled some regen. He bought himself a Stout Shield and some branches. Will be going into the mid lane with that. Should do pretty well against the Razor since he doesn't need his damage to really last hit. Can use Astral Spirit for that, which will also give him bonus damage as well. In the bot lane, it's going to be Raisu here on the Windrunner going up against the Darkseer. Got a lot of stats here. Well, maybe should have went a little more into stats. Ring of Protection will also help, though. Will be tanking creep at the tower, as Darkseer looking to creep skip more than likely. But anyway, Raisu on the Windrunner in the solo lane. Saranghe, one of the supports that's going to be heading top into the aggressive lane on the Naga Siren. Lots of regen. Shady here on the Visage. He's got the wards. Looks like he bought up both of those, as well as a lot of regen here on the Visage. And last but not least, it looks like we've got Peachy here on the carry. Troll Warlord. We'll see how he decides to play this game, as that takes up the introductions. Still paused up here, waiting for Square. Not quite a Square. In lobby, he was an 8th note, so I guess we'll call him 8th note. I don't really know. Or Square. I guess I can take some time to plug myself. I'm Helium from FMBP Dota. That's Fast Mouse Button Pushers. If you're watching on stream, thanks a lot. If you want to follow the CEVO action, feel free to subscribe. I'm pretty much the main caster for CEVO. There's a couple other ones, such as Rakudo. And who else is even still doing it these days? I don't know. Pretty much just me for now, though. So if you want to follow CEVO for Season 3, as well as NA Dota 2 Elite League, casting both of those. So if you want to follow me on Twitch, it would mean a lot. Thinking of doing a giveaway at 100 subscribers on Twitch, so you can always get involved for that. That will probably be an NZXT Avatar optical mouse, so if you need a new mouse, feel free to follow on Twitch, and more details on that as I approach 100 followers, so it's a win-win for everybody, right? Still paused up here. Looks like Doom has reconnected. Maybe we'll just be calling him Doom, because Square and or 8th note could get confusing. Alright, finally gonna get this game going now. After delay, we are into the game. So, let's check it out. Looks like, gonna Ion Shell a creep or something? I'm not sure what Dantu's doing over here. Maybe you're gonna take the mid lane. I'm not really sure what's going on. But I definitely enjoy Elder Titan's cat drawing, that's for sure.
30 seconds to
Not
battle.
opting to scout out the jungle here is NESTEA. 3 heroes at this tower. They would just run into 3. I think they may, yeah, I'd say they have the better level 1, especially with Soul Assumption. Riptide hasn't been skilled, so there is a bit of a lack of damage in that regard, but let's see what happens. They go into the jungle here. They will find the Weaver, so chasing dead back there. About 4 heroes here, pretty close together. 4 feed. Everyone gonna run out there though. They do scout it, so they're aware of the aggressive tri-lane. I don't think they're gonna switch anything up, as it was pretty obvious. Expecting to be able to lane this effectively with the Jakiro and the Weaver duo lane versus that very strong aggressive tri-lane with Doom in the jungle, so maybe something they're comfortable with, have run before. And right now we've got 2 in the mid lane, which is kind of confusing me a little bit. Not sure what Darkseer's doing right now, as Solar Eclipse gets to last hitting here against the Elder Titan. I'd expect Solar Eclipse to pretty much win this lane, no problem. But Elder Titan will get a fast level 6, which is about all he needs. And of course there's pros and cons to that sort of mid hero. But Elder Titan is a hero that really does just need levels, and not so much items. So we'll see what they can do there. Probably going to be the mech holder though, I would imagine, in a farming role. The other mech holder possibility, if they want to do it, probably the Windrunner. May depend on how well the Visage will actually do in this top lane. In terms of getting kills, but Weaver's kind of hard to kill. They do have sentries available. Shady's got 2 of those still. And just to check out the ward placements real quick, actually maybe not, hold that thought. Jakiro gets caught out, the net goes out, no Riptide yet, not level 2, Ice Path to follow, as Milty trying to run out here. Shady does have his Soul Assumption, but not going to waste the mana. They got a really nice trade there, taking a lot of health off that Jakiro. As we can see, Solar Eclipse in the mid lane actually getting pretty low. However, Nayrok already out of mana completely right now. Gonna need that bottle relatively soon, and oh, maybe one more attack there. I think he had that fight actually if he just manned up onto that Razor, but not choosing to do so. Doesn't want to really die to Razor and give him an advantage. In the mid lane though, this Weaver could be in trouble. Their sentries are down by the exit. I think this is going to be the first blood, trying to run out of here. Ice Path to go out. Nice play there by the Jakiro, but here comes the net, as well as the Soul Assumption. Is it enough? Ranged mode from Peachy will grab the first blood, so dead on the Weaver drops. The aggressive tri-lane doing work. Not entirely sure why the Weaver was down there into the side shot. Maybe trying to finish that ring of Basilius, but I'd say a bit of a mistake or a bit of overconfidence coming out of the Weaver player there. As it looks like both mids have their bottles now. Their couriers delivering it ever so slowly on their 4 legs. No flying couriers yet for either team right now. Dantu in the bot lane not choosing to creep skip yet. He does have the build for it with the Stout Shield, but opting not to do it right now. I'm not sure how much Windrunner can really contest that though. But we'll see. I guess that's his choice right now. Nehru continuing to do work here in the mid lane. Has not a whole lot of damage. Looking to get first blood. Maybe will take some tower hits. Trading. Looks like he maybe canceled an attack. 28 damage was stolen, so I guess he wasn't really hitting too hard. In the top lane though, Soul Assumption comes in just in the nick of time. They take out Weaver again. Goes down Shady on the Visage. 1 kill now, 1 assist. Peachy with the other one. Elder Titan meanwhile with the bottle will get the first rune there in the bottom rune spawn. So with the haste rune, not really going to be able to roam or do anything, especially just needs to get his levels. As I mentioned, Elder Titan, a hero that really needs levels. We'll see if he goes Urn, Mech, or probably just Mana Boots in an Urn. I don't know, we'll see. Hero you can build quite a few things on. Even a Soul Ring wouldn't be bad with treads. But he's pretty tanky just by being a good scaling hero with strength. Solar Eclipse though in trouble. That's going to be yet another kill for NESTEA now. So Elder Titan running over this Razor in the mid lane. Don't underestimate the Astral Spirit. You get a lot of damage back from running it through creep and through heroes. Now we've got Weaver rotating into the bot lane, going up against the Windrunner, who is level 5 compared to Weaver's level 3. Starting fresh, I'd say this lane would favor the Weaver, but Windrunner with an advantage. Might be tough here for the Weaver to find a place on this map now, as their defensive duo lane didn't really pan out, dropping 2 kills on their carry. Weaver there As looks like Dantu going to try to control the 4-minute rune. It does spawn top. It's a DD. Once again, we'll be going to NESTEA, the Elder Titan, scooping it up. Dantu now on the Darkseer, surging himself over into the jungle. And now it's just a solo Jakiro in the top lane. We'll see what Doom decides to do. He's in the mid lane now. Pretty low on health and mana. He's got a Bass. Gloves of Haste going towards a Midas there. Dantu passing some regen, but diving the tower now onto Milty here. Riptide goes out. Soul Assumption is available. Mana's there. It goes out. One more attack. I think Shady's going to get it with a right click. Indeed, he does. Peachy diving as well. Here comes Dantu. No mana. And that's only a level 2 Ion Shell. I think they can fight this range form now. Back to melee form. Net goes out. Trying to get the bashes. No mana on Shady, but switch to range form, and I think they've got this. He will surge. Will it be enough? The auto attack to follow. Shady with the double kill in this top, taking out a Jakiro, then a Darkseer. So the Visage onto a double kill. 3-0 right now. That's a killing spree for support Visage as we approach the 5-minute mark. And the game looking rather dire right now for Song of Wards and Feeding. Checking into the gold graph, so we can see 2,000 advantage in both the gold and the XP departments, and pretty much every lane being 1. As we check into the last hits, Raisu at 21. The Darkseer was only at 11 because he wasn't creep skipping. The Weaver here at 10, so Windrunner definitely winning that bot lane. Into the mid, we've got 17. So a bit of a wash, but remember, the Razor did die here, and top lane obviously winning. Peachy leading the last hits at 29. With the kill under his belt, and then his support Visage in that lane with 3 kills, as they're now kind of just giving Doom, who's a weaker jungler, especially when contested, maybe going to give him a hard time, or just coming over to gank mid. It looks like Solar Eclipse, though, is aware as he's backing off now to the mid tier 2. Gonna greet up with Doom and be like, hey, we're useless heroes, I don't know why people pick us. If you can't tell, I don't like Razor or Doom, but here comes a gank mid. And once again, rune control, 100% of I don't actually know what happened at the 0-minute rune, but 2-minute rune and on, 100% rune control so far for NESTEA here on the Radiant. They're doing a great job in that. They can now leave Troll top. Has the burst damage to take down these Ion Shelled creeps. Can also just go to range form to get him down, so he can do fine against this Darkseer. Troll level 6 has his ult available. Darkseer level 5, so getting pretty close to 4 points in Ion Shell, which will help him out quite a bit. Doom could maybe just be stacking and then waiting for that wild to catch back up into this game, but so far looking to be going Midas, and yeah, that's pretty standard. Pretty much what you need to do. Support's continuing to harass the Darkseer right now. Is there enough mana? There is enough mana for a Soul Assumption. This could be the death of the Darkseer. The bottle charge maybe going to save him there. And let's see, more auto attacks going out, but no, the Riptide from Saranghae will be enough, and that means I love you in Korean for any of you that don't know. Solar Eclipse once again being driven off the mid lane now, checking into Elder Titan's farm. Relative to the Razor, we see a 29-18, so that death I think is definitely hurting. Maybe it's just a little harder to sustain than I would have thought. I mean, he did go Natural Order Astral Spirit, so that is a lot of burst damage every time the Astral hits you, and it's pretty hard to outrun that. So maybe a harder lane matchup than I thought, but with the Static Link, I was expecting Solar Eclipse to be able to out-CS this and just, you know, play defensively. Not going to get a kill, of course, but they'll probably out-CS and dominate the lane. Maybe it's just a stranger matchup, so no one's familiar with it. Maybe I'm expecting too much from the Razor. Again, strange matchup, haven't really seen it. But now to the bot lane, Weaver. 15 last hits, getting there, but Windrunner clearly dominating, approaching 36-11, so definitely being out-CS'd is the Weaver right now. So game 1 very much in favor of NESTEA at the moment. Back to the gold draft, 5,000 gold lead, 3,000 XP, everything going right so far. 6-0 at 8 minutes. Smoke up here by the supports, looking to get even more done. They've been a pretty big impact so far, as I would have expected them to be. I mean, you pick up these two heroes on supports, you expect them to do a lot. I mean, the burst damage from these two is pretty insane. Troll has even rotated to the mid lane now. So 4 heroes in the mid lane at the moment. Solar Eclipse taking big hits by that Astral. Natural Order really hurting out. Here's Milty throwing out an Ice Path. Will connect on 2. Tower doing a bit of work. Kills though on the backside of the Shady now dominating. It looks like the Astral did go out. Started off the damage. Now Shady will die maybe and lose his dominating streak. The chase is going on here. He's got enough mana for one more, but it looks like the stolen Satyr Orb, what is that even called? Shockwave will be enough to take him down there. Jakiro going to pay the price though as well, and Dansu pretty low. Diving past the tier 1 here, they should just probably back up and get this tower. I mean, Troll's ult is available,
like a broken record.
turning anyone into a right-click machine. Probably not going to use it till the next creep wave, however.
Dire's middle tower is under an extraordinary amount of stress.
4 and 1. Shady probably wants that death back, probably going for that godlike visage. That classic godlike visage support. 4 into the mid lane now. Windrunner looks like playing the 1 role. Still just free farming in the bot lane, yet to rotate. Here comes the Weaver, being stretched thin this game. Peachy, excuse me, could be in some trouble. Static linked a little bit, getting pretty low on health. No one with an urn or a mech yet. I'm a little surprised. It looks like Nayrok has got Tranquils. He's sitting on 2,000 gold. He's pretty close to a mech if he wants it, but Elder Titan doesn't need that mana, so we'll see if he will be the mech carrier. And as I say that, the Windrunner looks to be going into that mechanism, picking up the headdress already in this bot lane. So the 1 farming role, but definitely going utility. Expecting to be able to just magic burst and troll Warlord ult through the early game before any BKBs are up, but that's going to be a while. I mean, no one is farming right now. If we look at the top 3 in the last hit category, we find ourselves Windrunner, Troll, Elder Titan, all belonging to the Radiant. So NESTEA. Finally we see Doom, Darkseer, and the core hero that can do the damage here, the Razor. And then the Weaver even below that, so we can see it's a bit of a struggle. If you go to net worth, I expect the Visage to maybe even be higher. Not quite. I guess he is buying quite a few support items, but yeah, net worth story pretty much the same there. Look how close these 2 supports are to the Weaver, the 1 role on this team. Never a good indication. So the wards go out. A little bit aggressive. It looks like they know it dropped down there. The ward's pretty close together, but just wanted to get him down, cover the mid lane. 1 on the bot rune as well. The Dire, they've got 1 at the top cliff as the push here is coming into the mid lane. Astral going out, being a nuisance. Any points in Stomp yet? He's got 1. Kind of need 2 to make it useful though. As it's a sleep for 3 seconds. Your ult is pi seconds, or 3.14. So it pretty much lines up with 2 points in the Echo Stomp. But look how much this harass is doing. It's pretty much ridiculous. Let's check out Elder Titan's base damage. It's at 72 and this comes back. You can see that adds a lot of damage, and he's a right-clicking machine. With Troll's ult, if he lands out on 4 heroes, he can just run in and bash people's skulls.
Sorry, I just noticed that Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Maybe kind of what they were thinking with that combination. It's a little interesting, maybe gimmicky, but definitely working for them so far.
Dire's bottom tower is
but working
under attack.
More so the Naga and the Visage combination here. Troll, it's got a Ring of Aquila, looking to go drums, maybe into a Shadowblade or just a straight BKB after that. I think he will kind of need the BKB this game. Maybe, I mean, it's kind of just an Ice Path. Static Link won't be broken by the BKB anyways, but looking for more kills, which is I think they definitely need to do here. They will find the Jakiro. Riptide goes out, taken down immediately. Razor comes in behind this with the ultimate Static Link onto the Naga. Doom taken down. Shady, though, is doomed up. They're going to have to get out of here, taking damage from Solar Clips. They're still trying to turn this around. The Riptide goes out through the sleep. Maybe just a misclick there. Will drop Patrol, and Elder Titan now going to work, trying to chase down Solar Clips. Maybe a bit of an overextension. It looks like Nayrok will drop as well. Solar Clips picks up a double kill somehow with his ultimate there. Weaver shackled up. Windrunner joins the fight for the first time, but definitely they should have just ran out of there when that sleep went off. It was a great sleep to run away, but instead they tried to stay, overextended themselves, and they definitely put feet on the map in a big way there now. 10-5 after that. Started to dip back down now in the net worth, in the golden XP charts. Won't be dipping down too much, so NESTEA, they still got themselves in a nice position, but Troll Warlord fallen back in the farm a little bit now. Well, actually I say that, 63 last hits at 13 minutes with the amount of roaming he's done is still pretty solid. Windrunner up at 72 now, and once again smoking up and just looking to keep things aggressive here.
Under attack.
I don't know if I was transmitting for the last couple seconds, but whatever. Mid tower could be in trouble. I'm surprised they're just not using this troll ult to get this. Weaver could be in trouble. Good stuff set up in the background. Has no mana for time lapse. Not going to be forced to use it. However, Astral goes out. The Stomp not going to sleep anybody. Soul Assumption onto Solar Clips to harass him up. They could just ult for this tower now, as the Astral will give a lot of damage to Elder Titan when it comes back. plus 80 onto that one. Maybe you want to go for the tier 2. Meanwhile, Doom starting to catch up in farm, has phase, maybe goes Midas now, maybe just says forget it, goes into some damage items. Weaver, still not a whole lot. Got the treads up at least, so to tank up a little bit, but still very squishy, as Weaver normally is. Maybe he could go for a drums here, or an urn. But since he is pretty much in the one roll, he can't afford to do that. Needs to get some damage items out here. Really falling behind. Might just have to go BKB into a Desolator. Probably the best choice he can go for here. Lincoln's is just going to delay his damage output too long in this game. And Doom isn't really going to bring that much damage for a while either. Elder Titan could be caught out. Doom is not off a cooldown, but however... Oh, nice. Way to cancel with the Vacuum and the Ice Path. No mana for the Doom. Didn't need it. They get another nice pickoff. Stepping right back into this game now as it's 10-6. And looking to get their tier 1 mid tower, some revenge. Theirs obviously already gone down, but here comes the push on the bottom side. Bottom tier 1 drops. They could just use the troll out here for this tower. That's going to bring out the Glyph of Fortification, as the ultimate is going to wear off here. But maybe they can still get the tower. They do have a siege with them. That wave is cleared up immediately. And getting 2 towers for the price of 1 in the mid lane. Going to favor them a little bit here. This is pretty much what Troll does. There's the Midas for Doom, by the way. Does opt to go to the Midas still, so pretty standard there for Doom. TP's coming back to the mid lane now to get that farm. That's going to be Troll Warlord.
Bottom tower is under attack.
As we see, trading towers, not necessarily a great idea versus a Troll, just because of his ult can really get tier 3s quickly. But it's kind of hard not to, especially when you're already behind. Started the game 6-0. Or 0-6, I guess, if you're feed. I don't know. Defend the high ground, can pretty much win. Troll doesn't have the best win record in competitive Dota, so there's a reason for that. But he does offer a lot of burst damage into the early game, as well as effectively pushing down towers with his ultimate. But they don't really have the best pushing team. I mean, there's no Chen, there's no Lone Druid or Beastmaster or anything like that. So we'll see how it works out for him. So far they've got 3 towers, only 1 dropping for them. They lose their mid tier 1. So tower advantage and kill advantage. Golden XP. Well, XP is about back down to normal after this 4-man, 5-man Dota, as well as losing a fight they should have just ran away from. XP approaching equilibrium. Gold, however, though, with all the towers, up to about 8k, but when a team fight gets some towers, and it's easily back in the Dire's favor. Shady stacking up those Ancients was killing everybody for a while there. 4-0, then died, then looks like he died again now. 4-2 here on the Visage. Looking to stack up the Ancients and help out the Troll Warlord.
Dire's middle tower is under an
His items are progressing pretty nicely now, actually. Helmet Dominator, drums as well. Taking out some stacks. Support's doing a good job stacking up these camps for him. He might have actually done that one himself, but maybe gonna have a team fight into the top lane. Radiant pretty far into the Dire jungle. Now gonna enforce their will, I guess. Kicking him out of the jungle here. The sleep will be used as a result. So it looks like they may be getting away here. Shadowblade is up, as well as an Invis rune here on the Elder Titan. So a bit of an interesting item build, but they clearly have a plan with that. Just a little better positioning for the ultimates. Mechanism is finished up there on the Windrunner as well. Doom goes off here onto the Elder Titan. Raisu, the Windrunner, nice shackle onto the Doom. Gonna be able to run it away. The Visage Bird's thinking about something, but not gonna commit. And wow, look at that damage. 218 after hitting 4 heroes. The only one not there gonna be the Weaver. Does have a TP, but the top tier 1 tower is down, so now that's 4 towers actually NESTEA's got. Compared to just the mid tier 1 that Feed was able to pick up a couple minutes ago. Whoa, what is that noise? Whoa, team fight in the top lane. Steam calls are annoying, it turns out. Yo, can you hear me?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
What an asshole. Anyway, team fight that we've clearly missed now. Visage and Elder Titan have dropped just for Doom. Looks like Weaver will drop now. Now it's Visage stuns, but no, the time lapse comes out, not able to chain stun that. Gem now on the deck as well. But they did pick up. I think that's what maybe started this off. They did drop the Doom. Shackle up there onto the Weaver yet again. So Raisu playing a game, but once again, buying time there with the Ice Paths, but I don't think this is going to turn out well for Feed right now. They lose the Dark Seers. This is going to be a dead Jakiro as well. Looks like Weaver going to be the only one to get away as Doom now respawning, defending his bottom tower. So at the end of the day, I think that goes 4-4. Sorry for that Steam call to the very, very... I don't even know what to say. Now he's calling me on my phone.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower is being attacked like nobody's business. Dire's top tower has fallen. I could have predicted this.
Alright, so after that team fight, looks like it went 4-4. Weaver didn't die, but about everybody else did. Now another team fight breaking out here in the jungle. Weaver will time-lapse out of that, but Jakiro not so lucky. And it looks like the Elder Titan Slam connects as well, up to level 3 now. Still no points in the ultimate, so not even really utilizing that right now. Naga does have the sleep up, so if they ever clump together, that will be one heck of a combination. But pushing the towers to get the top tier 2, now going for the mid tier 2. Stomp goes out, Naga sleep as well, so they layer those on top of each other a little bit. Solar Eclipse ult still doing damage out of that, however, it takes out a familiar actually. And yeah, they throw the sleep out there maybe to run away. Here comes a wall by Dantu. Will take out the Weaver, but Naga gonna pay the price there. The wall doing a little bit of work. Peachy though still trying to chase. Nayrok once again doomed, will drop here as Dantu picks up a double kill. Weaver now on the chase here. They are looking for Peachy, but looks like he's gonna be able to get away.
Radiant's bottom tower is...
Yeah, that ringtone is just Steam's voice chat ringtone, so I didn't set it. That stuff is annoying. If you ever want to annoy people, call them on Steam. Alright, sorry, I kind of lost my bearings on this game after receiving, like, multiple phone calls and Steam messages, but, let's remind ourselves of where we are. CEVO Season 3 placements, So NESTEA versus A Song of Wards and Feeding. This is game 1 of a best of 3. It's 16-12 right now, favoring NESTEA. Pretty dominant through the early game, maybe a bit of a mistake here, as you can see on the XP graph, but making it up, and then maybe a bit of a mistake, diving that tier 2 in the mid lane that we just saw, but either way, gold advantage, 10,000 in their favor, XP, slight advantage at 2,500, so doing pretty well. Definitely in a position to win this game, but they're going to need to be a little more careful breaking into the high ground, maybe take this tier 2, get a pick off, head into the Roche, as Roche is still standing. Troll Warlord's a hero that could already be soloing it at this point, maybe just trying to do work. Has an S and Y and a drums as well as phase, so a bit of a movement speed. Troll Warlord right there. Big items, utility items at least, up on the Windrunner. Was the most farmed hero for a while. Troll Warlord now taking over there. Has the mechanism and the Force Staff. Shady, he's got a medallion, so they can do this Roshan pretty quickly here. Familiar's not helping out, just going to be scouting. As a Weaver, maybe trying to split push in the top lane, but doing exactly as I would have liked them to. Does go for the Roshan. They pick up the Aegis there about 23 minutes and 10 seconds, and now they've really got to break the high ground, and if they don't, if they fail a couple times breaking the high ground, I'm pretty sure that's really going to open the door for Feed to come back and win this game, despite being so far behind from pretty much minute 3. Go into the net worth tab now, a little more telling of the game. See Troll up top, approaching 11k, though Weaver forces out a Fortify on that tower, does have a TP, so able to get back, but no items as we can see. I mean, they can deal with him very easily. The Troll ult goes out, no Fortify. Here comes a Doom, a beautiful wall there by Dantu onto 4 out of 5, I believe. The Naga Sleep is available, not being used yet. Macropire by Milty is nice, brings down 2. Doom, the only one to drop for the side of Feed. Now the chase goes out by Solar Eclipse, takes out the Visage as well as the Outer Titan. He will buy back. Now they fail to break the high ground. Aegis even used here. Troll trying to run away, will drop again, it looks like. Yes, going to go down. Solar Eclipse with the double kill. His Eye of the Storm doing work right now. And the gem now switching hands once again. No ultimate there from Naga, maybe questionable. I'm surprised there's still no ultimate here from no Earth Splitter on the Elder Titan either, which is a little bit surprising to me. That combination pretty strong, and now Raisu maybe going to pay the price trying to secure that rune. The sleep goes off, and now just going to run away with that Shadow Blade. Another smoke up on Shady, so again, looking to get some kills. They do need a pick off, it looks like, to break this high ground, or just land that Naga Earth Splitter combination, but really falling behind in levels here. I think this Elder Titan at level 12 now. We can see Razor, after getting a couple double kills in a row now, up to level 13. Nayrock only at 12. Now he's got one in Earth Splitter. It is quite a bit of mana, not a whole lot of mana on the Elder Titan, so level 16, at least level... Yeah, okay, well he can get level 2 on that ultimate, so needs to pick that up next, and can probably break that high ground with a well-placed ultimate. Checking the buybacks though, let's see how Feed is saving for those buybacks. Darkseer and the Razor, yeah, definitely both of them saving up. Pretty much the heroes that would matter the most. Doom not offering a whole lot yet, but as I say that, getting pretty close to a Shiva's Guard. That's going to help out immensely in these team fights that are pretty AoE centered for them. On top of this, nice Macropire Ice Paths by Milty, followed up by Dantu, landing some 4 and 5 man walls in those last couple engagements, so really turning the tides for them as he picks up his mechanism now. Probably had it for a while, I'd imagine, but noticing it now. Doom trying to get his farm on though, doing some Ancients now. Doesn't really attack for a lot. He's 3-3 and 7, but like I said, Shiva's coming soon, going to help out a lot. Solar Eclipse maybe going for a Heaven's Halberd here, or could just be an SNY for that move speed. Nope, will be the Halberd as he picks up the Talisman of Evasion now. And the Weaver here, going for that BKB that would be pretty expected. It looks like a nose. I'm going to draw a better face after that. Push is coming in the mid lane, but I want to go draw a face on this first. Aw, so cute. Either way, gem on the deck we can see there by Mr. Face. And the tree branch, it looks like a nose. So it looks like it's shifted hands. They're going to go ahead and just drop it because they don't want to drop it again. And then kind of, I don't know, leave their Weaver a little vulnerable as he's been dying a lot. Well, maybe not that much. Not as much as I thought. 2 deaths early on in the game, bringing him to 2, 3, and 8 now. Finally picking up some items. Going to get to a BKB relatively soon. And then after that, definitely going to have to go for a Deso. Troll Warlord, meanwhile, could also use that BKBs to fight into the wall and the Macropire. Went for the SNY instead, just for some move speed. I guess map control, you know, quick rotations, ganks. But now that they've taken all the towers, it's harder to do that, as they're going to be playing very defensively on the side of Feed, warding up their jungle and whatnot, as we see here, even dewarding. Maybe could use a few wards deeper back or a lane ward in this vicinity or down here, just so they don't get caught out going into any shops or to push the lanes. But so far, 17-6, they've really brought it back. It was 6-0 in favor of NESTEA to start things off, so they're looking good. The gold graph now receding for the first time in a while, leveling off at about 8,000. Meanwhile, difference in XP earned, pretty much normal. It's equalized around the 0. Looks like going for a Sheepstick is Raisu, so pretty standard there. Still not getting any mana regen or mana pool boosting items on the Elder Titan. It's about time to give up those Tranquil Boots, I'd have to say. Pick up some mana boots for your team and for yourself so you can get off all of your abilities. But he goes for the Hood, so probably looking to get into a pipe here. That Macropire and Wall, they realize it's definitely hurting them, making it hard to break the high ground. They've got the large gold advantage, or had. It's now diminishing rather quickly, but you always want that mech in a pipe, Aegis, as well as a decent gold advantage when you're going to break the high ground, especially against the Darkseer Jakiro combination. Here's the BKB on Troll, though, to get things rolling. Once again for NESTEA, the Aegis has been dropped. I guess the smart thing would be just to wait it out, farm back up, or farm up until Roshan spawns, take it again. But now there's really no guarantee that they could take it again. They do have the sleeps, which would make it a little easier. Probably give them the benefit of the doubt on grabbing that. But here comes the smoke. It's surging up to get this Visage. Ice Path will miss, but Doom going to continue to chase now. Has the Shiva's Guard up. Here comes Peachy. Pops his BKB, taking him down. Really quick burst. Takes out the Jakiro as well as the Doom about instantly. Dantu drops the wall. Will go down. Checking the buyback status. Nobody except the Jakiro can buy back. This could have been the game-ending mistake made here by Feed. Wanting to get things done, wanting a pick-off, wanting to smoke to get back into the game, which is pretty much what you have to do, but they run into the wrong guy. That's Peachy picking up his fresh BKB, 10-second charge, bursting those heroes down immediately, and now the lane's already pretty pushed for them, going to go into the racks. Try to take this down. Glyph is available. Doom does buy back. Who else has one? Jakiro, and that's about it. I think Doom's just came up because I didn't notice it right away. But now pushing into the high ground here. Troll's ult. They got to bait it out and force the fortify before the ult and then just get the racks quickly and then back off. And I think this gives me new hope that NESTEA can still win this game. Macro Pirate goes down. BKB is on cooldown. And actually they're going to defend this with just 3. So maybe that was the opportunity. Probably the opportunity to win the game. It's definitely going to hurt. The gold graph and more so the XP graph was going back to normal. All of a sudden 5,000 advantage and climbing for NESTEA once again on the XP graph, and also needing to ward up again as well. Maybe more aggressively or just at least around the Roche pit, which I didn't make a timer, but should be coming back up in a couple minutes. Yeah, maybe like 4. Really don't agree with the Elder Titan build here, but I don't know. I mean, as aggressive as they were being and fighting early, I think you definitely should have gotten an urn. Somebody should have got an urn. They were fighting a lot, being very aggressive, and they had no regen after the fights had then pushed. An urn pretty much would have solved that, as well as maybe even led to some more kills. But he does go for the Shadow Blade, which is a little interesting. It looks like they pretty much just want the mobility and surprise factor, as, I mean, this guy's running at like almost max move speed right now at 512. ET pretty fast himself at 390, 467 with the Shadow Blade. I say the only item build I completely agree with this game would probably be Raisu mechanism, as well as the Force Staff, and of course Dead here on the Weaver into the BKB. Not the build you really want, but kind of one he was forced into with the rough early game. Doom, I don't like this hero, but you pretty much have to get a Midas no matter what role you play him in, I think. Otherwise, you know, you don't offer enough as utility if you're not with pumping out big utility items with Devour and your Midas, even with a lack of farm. I mean, I think you really need those items. And it delays your basic utility items like Urn or Mech a little bit, unless you farm that jungle really effectively. Which I want to say this Doom, I don't think he really did, was having a bit of a rough early game. But didn't pay too close of attention. Dantu here, I probably agree with this. The mechanism into the Blink Dagger, they do need some more initiation. He's about all they got right now. He's it. And then the follow-up, Jakiro here, Ice Path, Macro Pirate, and that's been working pretty well for them this game. Waste the Vacuum, better run away there. That's pretty much the one spell you don't want to see the other team. You don't want to have the other team see you waste, because then they know they can go on you, and you can't really get a guaranteed wall. So a bit of a risky play there. Will get out of it. Looks like Roche is coming up pretty soon. Both teams are prepping for it right now. Haven't seen the, maybe a minute out, haven't seen the 30-second Weaver though, getting the split push going. Will take a top tier 2 tower, now TPing back to base. Roshan spawns now. Looks like I just missed the 30-second warning. They're going to take it pretty quickly. Let's see what they can get done here. Ice Path goes out onto an illusion or something, I'm not sure. Bugs go out, they're going to scout it. Dodging there. Some heroes still smoked up on the background here. Naga, the most important probably in this engagement with the sleep. Elder Titan, though. Haven't even seen an Earth Splitter go off in this game yet. That Shackle very close to landing. Doesn't quite land, though. They run into the pit here. Onto Preachy. Needs a BKB. There goes the wall. Onto 3. Macro Pyre and everything. But here comes a nice Earth Splitter from the Elder Titan. Everyone's still alive on the side of NESTEA. Meanwhile, 5 drop immediately. The first Earth Splitter of the game was a big one, and even before that, just the burst damage from Troll is pretty insane. And still nobody on the side of Feed right-clicking very hard yet. And once again, they take the Roshan, the second Roche, wipe the team. Still very far ahead. The golden XP graphs jumped considerably after that engagement, and now their lanes are a little pushed in, but maybe looking to get a Rax off of that. Fortification is up for Team Feed right now. Sheepstick as well, finish on Raisu, so a lot of big items coming into that fight. But mainly the Earth Splitter here, now up to level 3 after that engagement. Maybe right before it, not quite sure. Naga can pretty much buy a Halberd if she wants one as well, but this is a best of 3, this is just game 1. If they get the Rax here, it's probably still not over, but who knows if the GG will be called just to move the series along. They were delayed a little bit. Milty though, nice macro pyre, been a big player this game, but will be sheeped up and taken down pretty quickly. Saranghae maybe gonna pop the sleep here? No, Preachy will go down, had the Aegis, and if they can take another team fight, they can pretty much Rax every lane. Preachy respawns now. Ultimate here on a 10-second cooldown. Even pops a BKB just to focus this Rax, so doing the right thing there. The Rax does go down. Now, bash onto Weaver. Bash onto Weaver. Weaver getting pretty low. Gonna time-lapse though. Sleep goes out. Preachy though, gonna die to the Razor. Was not slept. Eye of the Storm doesn't care if you're slept anyways. And now chasing the Windrunner here. Sheep coming off a cooldown now. The Sheep goes out. Gonna just TP. And that was an interesting green. The Ion Shell kind of just stopped there. But now Nayrok gonna be chased down. And also going to be a get out. Find himself an Invis rune. Going to charge and bottle up. TP out. And everyone back to safety. Troll does die for the cause, but they take out the Rax. Pretty much all they needed to do. And still sitting pretty on about a 15,000 golden XP advantage. Feed now kind of forced to really, really win this next team fight. But once again, I mean, the Aegis didn't play that big of a part. It is grabbed and then immediately used up once again. So with just one lane, Weaver can offer some split push. One tier 2 tower remains on the bot lane. Oh, sorry, one in the mid as well, so they could go ahead and get those. Some late game dewarding here coming out by Jakiro. The Dire pretty spot on with wards all game. I think the Radiant have maybe slacked off a little bit. One ward each on these supports. They probably need to put them down. Looks like Naga's going to go ahead and pick up a Orchid, 2 Oblivion Staffs. Was able to purchase off the 3k that she was holding. Orchid actually completely finished now. So maybe a stranger pickup, but it's for the Weaver for sure. And that's going to be pretty nice for them. And let's see, Nayrok maybe going for a Shiva's. Could be going for a Assault Cuirass, but we'll see. I'd like to see the Shiva's. Mana still a bit of an issue for this hero. I mean, a couple Astrals and an ult and you're pretty much out. Doom looks to be going for a BKB now. If he wants to be a threat, I mean, you can see his right-click damage right now, only 147, so does really need to pick up some damage items or attack speed items. But really just wanted the BKB, I think, to sort of mitigate the magic damage from Troll, Elder Titan, Naga, Visage, pretty much everybody. And see what he can get done with that. Sheep goes out as well as a nice stun as the Earth Splitter to follow up. No, it's not going to come. Soul Assumption and net as well. There's the Earth Splitter. I didn't see it. It's kind of buggy. But either way, that takes out 2. Another nice, well-placed ult. Finally skilled up. Jakiro barely escapes. 2 buybacks coming out of that. Now working on the tower. The Troll ult looks like it's already gone down here. As now, on the back line of things, Elder Titan causing a bit of a ruckus. Will actually live through that. Now Troll bursting out the Weaver. The Darkseer to fall as well. And this looks to be game 1 in the bag right now for NESTEA. Milty to fall as well. Solar Clip's going to be going down soon after. It looks like the net. Yes, Peachy onto a triple kill now. 2 lanes of Rax. They can easily head top and get another. Does look to be the game. All the buybacks were already forced before that engagement. GG, go next, says Dantu.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Hopefully the next game will be a little less delayed, but we'll be bringing you that action. This was CEVO Season 3 placement matches. I'm Helium from FMVP Dota. If you like what you're seeing, follow the Twitch. We'll be bringing you a lot of action from CEVO as well as the NEL League and whatever else I can get my hands on to cast. But thanks for watching. See you for Game 2.